have 54352, 54354A, State of Texas versus Jonathan Cotto. Let's say Cotto. Mr. Cotto is here with his attorney, Rick Hagan. Chris Botto's here on behalf of the state. Mr. Cotto, tell me your date of birth.
July 28, 2003.
Okay. Can you read and write the English language?
Yes, sir.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
Did you and Mr. Hagan go over some plea agreement paperwork in both cases? Did you sign the paperwork?
Yes.
Okay. If you had any questions about the paperwork, did Mr. Hagan answer all your questions?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay. I mean, he's usually pretty thorough, so I'm sure he went over paperwork with you. A lot of times people do have questions about the paperwork, but did he answer all your questions?
yes, sir. He did.
Okay. It's my understanding, Mr. Cotto, that these pleas are open. In other words, in 54352A, you're charged with robbery. That carries 2 to 20 years. The 54354A, deadly conduct, discharge of a firearm, that's a third degree, is that correct?
That's correct.
That carries 2 to 10 years in the institutional division of Texas Department of Criminal Justice, basically prison. And did you know the range of punishment? The 2 to 20 and the 2 to 10? That,
Sir, he went over.
okay, that's what I figured. You know that there's no plea agreement, so this is an open plea. Did Mr. Hagan go with that with you?
Yes, sir.
So I've got some choices. Some of them could be prison, some of them could be probation, but I'm not bound. There's no agreement. Did you understand that? Did you understand? Okay. I just have to have it on the record. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So you understand what's going on? Okay. Knowing that, you still want to go forward on these cases today? You want to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With reference,
Yes, sir.
okay, in reference to the 54354A, the deadly conduct discharge of a firearm, how do you plead to that case? How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty? How do you plead?
Yes, sir. Good.
Okay. And then the 54352A is the robbery case. How do you plead to that case?
Guilty.
Okay. Is anybody forcing you to do anything today?
Oh,
Okay. Are you here of your own free will?
sir.
Okay. Is your mom here with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you talk to her about what you were doing? And
Yes, sir, I did.
okay. And
We can discuss.
are you 20?
Yes, sir, I'm 20.
Okay. So far, has anything not been explained to you, or are you confused about anything so far?
No, sir.
Okay.
Just making you straight up forward.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, nobody's here to confuse you. We just need to protect your rights and make sure you understand what's going on. Okay, I'm going to find in both cases major pleas of guilty freely, voluntarily, that you are competent as a state to come forward with their evidence.
Thank you. This time, the state offers in each case states 1, stipulation of evidence, and states 2, an office report.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay, states 1 and 2 in each case are admitted.
State rest, Judge.
Okay. Are you going to have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Hagan, I know we got the PSI, but it's going to take me a couple minutes to read the.
That's fine,
Office
Judge.
reports.
Also, just wanted to, for the record, say, I've visited extensively with my client. I don't have any doubts about his competency
Okay.
to go forward today. Also, let the record know, not only is his mother here, but his spouse and his young child.
Okay.
Judge, I know you would ask the court to consider Mr. Cotto's age. After this offense has occurred, he's been on pretrial supervision. He's had some bumps in the road on it. However, he's mostly complied and stayed in compliance. Obviously, you visited with him on a couple of occasions concerning that. Your Honor, I think Mr. Cotto's at a crossroads in his life. I think he's been involved in some activity that has just not served him well. I think, given his age, the support that he has from his mother, from the mother of his child, that he's demonstrated he has the ability to straighten up and to do right. Judge, we want to ask the court to give him that opportunity to do that. We believe that Mr. Cotto could be rehabilitated in the interests of the community, and Mr. Cotto would be served best by placing him on probation on those charges. The terms and conditions obviously set forth by the court. I know the judge, we have a lot of options. We would leave those options to the discretion of the court. Thank you.
Mr. Votto?
Thank you. Judge, it seems like this defendant likes guns and he's around guns, and now we know when he's around guns, guns go off. And that's scary. The offense report, the two offense reports in front of you indicate that you walked up to a vehicle that's just parked with two children in it. Along with his co-defendant, they blame each other. They both say the other one is the one who said, we'll shoot you or we'll kill you if you don't get out. And they stole the vehicle from the gentleman who was in the store with his two children with him. That's pretty dramatic. That's pretty serious. That's an extreme crime. Then we know he's involved in the shooting at the oil bowl. That's pretty dramatic. That's pretty extreme. So, as you sit there today, Judge, and I'll end with this, you are the people. And you know, if this went to a jury, he'd be going to prison for probably 20 years. You know that, you've done this a long time, you're sitting in their spot today. Represent the people as you see fit, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Cotto, Mr. Votto, right. I mean, anytime you're involved with guns and activity, no matter when you're just shooting, somebody can get seriously hurt. I do take in consideration that you are young, born in 2003, and you do have a baby, very limited criminal history, but 2 incidents in 1 year is not good. So I'm going to, I guess, do both in this case. Mr. Cotto, I'm going to send you to 10 years confinement on the deadly conduct discharge of a firearm, and then place you on a deferred probation on the robbery case. So Mr. Hagan to talk to you about those, specifically what I've done. When you're in prison, how long that's going to be. You need to think about what you did, and you need to think about getting the next 10 years of your life in order, because as you remember, the deferred on the robbery is 2 to 20. So if you violate, that's a big range for me to consider. So I know you don't want to go to prison. I know that, you know, it could be worse. Like Mr. Votto said, a jury could give you 10 or 15 or even 20. But I do consider your age. I do consider you have a baby, and I hope you learn a lot from this. So, but I am going to give you 10 years on the deadly conduct of discharge of a firearm, and then put you on the deferred probation on the robbery. And I hope that you learn from this, and we don't see you in the criminal justice system again. Mr. Hagan can talk to you about your appellate rights. You do have very limited right to appeal, because it was an open plea. So he can talk to you about that.